I think songs have always been very important for us. You know, we're often cited by a lot of people as an influence, but that was more because of the way we made music, because we happened to have chosen to make music using electronics and computers. You know, that was quite inspiring for a lot of people. But I think it's generally been overlooked, the fact that, you know, we're very song-based, we're very traditional in a way. We just use the electronics as a vehicle for creating the right atmospheres for our songs.
You think you only know me when you turn on the light. Now the room is lit red danger. Complicating, circulating. You right.
You weren't an all-synthesizer band when you first started. There were guitars in there, and then you eventually switched over to using strictly synthesizers. Why was that?
We felt restricted using guitars. You're just stuck with the one sound all the time. And you can't really change it. You can use flanges and effect pedals, but it's still basically the same sound. So it was just much easier to sort of experiment with synths. Yeah.
Do you see a new kind of music coming out of England now that you associate yourselves with, or do you feel that you're pretty much just doing your own thing and not part of any kind of trend that might be happening?
Well, in the beginning, when we was first successful, it came in really with a trend. But since then, like, we've had 4 hits in England, so really we've moved away from that trend, I think, and we've just become more of just a band.
Pop bands, who were always known as people who played guitars, and electropop bands, who were people who were known for playing synthesizers, has disappeared. I mean, can a band that plays synthesizers now just be considered a pop band by the general public?
Hopefully, yes. You know, we've had it really if they don't. I mean, we want to sell records, and if the general public don't accept us, I think they do though. I think when people listen to the radio, I don't think they say that's an electronic band. I'm not buy that. If it's got a good tune, it's a good song, people are going to buy it no matter what, you know.
Back and look at it. Are you actually the same band as you were?
We don't really. I don't think we dwell on our past. We're a band that likes to go forward as much as possible, and with every record that we make, we're trying to sort of make that record better in every way, production-wise, song-wise. You know, that's what's the most important thing to us. Same as when we go out and put a show out, when we do a show on live and everything. You know, obviously, the bigger you get, you know, there's more responsibility, I think, to sort of, you know, with a show. We want to entertain people, you know, when we go out and do a live concert. And when we make a record, we're deadly serious about it. We want to, you know, make a really brilliant sounding record, and the songs have got to be great. So, you know, we don't really listen to what we've done before and say, well, you know, let's make it sound a bit like that or something. You know, I mean, I don't think we're that
Well,
sort
how
of
do you
band.
challenge yourself now then?
I think you have to try and keep yourself interested in what you do by finding new approaches to making music.
Gary, how do you feel about the fact that, you know, basic rock and roll, basic drums and guitar and bass guitar seem to be coming to the forefront, or have been for the last little while?
I think it's rather sad that people don't explore the technology a bit more, really, because there's so much, there's so many possibilities with sound, and we've always had this kind of interest in exploring new technology, and I think we'll continue to do it, you know. And there's very few bands that really take the sampling technique very far, really, you know.
Don't remind me.
How do you keep the spirit of the group? Because we know so many groups that...
Yeah, I mean, fortunately for us, you know, we're a band that's doing very well, you know, and when things are going well, you know, you tend to find, you know, fewer problems. When a band's sort of like touring around, you know, the record's sliding down the charts, you know, and you've got problems with the single and stuff, and you tend to have more arguments, more problems. Because we're doing so well, especially with this album, you know, there's a good spirit in the group, because you made an album and it's sold really well, so it's a good feeling, you know. It's almost being sort of accepted.
This, over the last 17 years, has given you a chance to develop internally, that spiritually something has allowed itself to come out.
Excuse the expression, I think it's completely f***ed up my life. From the age of 18, 17 years, it's very confusing. But, you know, I've had great times, I've got lots of friends all over the world. I've been to every city, I've travelled around the world, and perhaps it's me up, but, you know, would I do it again? Yes. You know. Would I sooner be in my hometown in Basildon with 2 kids and whatever in a factory? No, no.
You would have been screwed up anyway. You would have been screwed up in Basildon.
You know, but
I think if you're screwed up from when you're born, you know.
So you're going to go on this, your destiny maybe is to, you know, I don't know, I really believe that there's no coincidences in this life. I think that everything happens for a reason, and that you're not really supposed to kind of think that much about it, but of course we all do. You sit and wonder what's going to be happening next week. Why did I do that last year? You know, instead of just f***ing living in the moment. You know, it's one of the hardest things to do is just to appreciate what you can do right now. Because that's all you got, really.
Place too much emphasis on fashion or anything, you know. What's different about Depeche Mode is the sound. You know, we feel we've got a different sound to most other, or to all other groups. You know, fashion-wise, we just wear what we want to wear, really. You know, and if it's fashionable, then we're lucky. Everything we've done has never been contrived. It's just the way it goes.
Come up and said, you know, thanks very much for helping me through my life, you know. And it was like, oh, you know, thanks to Martin, and it was like, thanks very much, you know. But she was, you know, she's like our age now, and people have grown up with us as well. So there's, you know, I think it's something to really sort of be proud of when you've worked in a band for so long, like it's been 13 years now. As long as you're doing what you want to do with as much integrity as possible, and you really believe it and feel it, then everything else is going to fall into place. I mean, this lot coming out and waiting for it, so it's nice, really nice.
We haven't thrown away any of the technology that we've been using. We still use a lot of synthesizers and all the technology, and we're just trying to incorporate other things as well. And you know, it actually has been quite a gradual process over a number of years. I mean, we've always used the sounds of guitars and other acoustic instruments and real drums and whatever, but the way we put it together has been perhaps a bit more sequenced and less performed. And with each record we make, we try to change our approach and do things differently just to keep ourselves interested. Yeah. So I think it's a gradual thing.
What does keep your music fresh?
Well, you have to be aware of not slipping into formulated ways of working. Exactly what I was just saying, really, changing your approach, finding new ways to do things. And that does become increasingly harder over the years. And but I think, you know, when you know there's a certain expectancy on what you're doing, expectation about what you're doing, it affects how you approach things, and it makes you think more about what you need to do. And so knowing that we'd sold so many records on with the last album meant that we really were thinking very, very carefully about getting it right on this record. We feel we did achieve that.
You're actually the same band as you were?
We don't really, I don't think we dwell on our past. We're a band that likes to go forward as much as possible, and with every record that we make, we're trying to sort of make that record better in every way, production-wise, song-wise. You know, that's what's the most important thing to us. Same as when we go out and put a show out, when we do a show on live and everything, you know, obviously, the bigger you get, you know, there's more responsibility, I think, to sort of, you know, with a show. We want to entertain people, you know, when we go out and do a live concert. And when we make a record, we're deadly serious about it. We want to, you know, make a really brilliant sounding record, and the songs have got to be great. So, you know, we don't really listen to what we've done before and say, well, you know, let's make it sound a bit like that. And we like to keep pushing, and while you're doing that, then you've got to keep the excitement and the adrenaline going, you know. And that's something that I think we do at the moment. You know, I think once we lose that, then that's the end of Depeche Mode.